So, the 2020 suit in 2021. What is going on, you guys? It's RonnyPugs, and I'm back again with another episode in the Miles Morales New Game Plus playthrough series. The series where I play on Ultimate difficulty in the suit of your choosing. So from the last video, unfortunately, I didn't get it uploaded in the time I wanted to for you guys to be able to comment on which suit you wanted me to see most. So earlier in the week, I ended up doing a poll, and it was 4 suits, including this one, and I believe I had the Uptown Pride, the Purple Rain, the animated suit, and of course this one, and the 2020 suit just ended up blowing the other suits out of the water. So that's what we'll be using for this episode. The last episode that I uploaded, the first one, it took forever to get that episode uploaded. I don't know what the issue was. First off, it took like a day to upload, and maybe it was because of my internet speed. And after that, I had issues with some of the copyright in the video because apparently some of the songs that you end up playing during the Christmas party, they're copyrighted. Which I figured the one where you swing over to Central Park, I figured that one was copyrighted, similar to the Warbly Jets. But like for the one that you play in the house, like I was assuming that maybe it was something like the royalty-free music that you could find. And it turns out that that song is actually copyrighted too, the one that I chose to play at the apartment. I actually don't remember this cutscene at all.
Molasses, up here. Fire escape's shakier than it used to be. Careful on the way up.
Don't need a fire escape, I can climb the wall.
So, this is why you wanted to meet here.
Almost bailed.
So a bit of spoilers, like I'm pretty sure we've all played the game right now, but seeing Finn for the first time, well maybe the second time, and the Oscorp museum is right next to it is pretty interesting because that's where the game's going to end up ending.
You remember the combination?
Yeah, it's, man, it's,
I have no idea what it is.
Y'all gotta start remembering this code. Not always gonna be around to tell you.
We'll remember.
Well, remember. Yeah, good. Now, what are you gonna put inside this bad boy?
Secret time.
I do like too that throughout the game there's flashbacks, and I mentioned this in the last episode, especially with the scavenger hunt scene. I really love that level. I think that's my favorite level in between Spider-Man PS4 and this. I think that's my favorite level. So definitely after we beat the game's story, I want to go back and replay that level with you guys. Maybe as like a bonus episode of doing the side missions. Or assuming that there is DLC in the game, I don't think there's going to be considering that this game is shorter. I guess we'll use that as like a bonus episode.
Speaking of the devil, rock's on. Back in a sec.
You remember the code, right?
Hell no.
the Fibonacci sequence.
Nice. A reward.
Ooh, it's the
our
Tesseract.
energy converter was pretty fire.
Truth. You think it's still on display at the Science Center?
Hope so. Wow. Look at this. Goober Central. Rick looking suave as ever, though.
Yeah.
Something going on with him?
My dog just woke up from
You
her
guys
nap.
fight or something?
No. No fight.
Finn,
It's fine.
why do we really lose touch?
Crap, now I'm late. I gotta go.
Hey,
Probably
I feel
because
like
I'm
we both
secretly
have stuff we're not
Supervillain and
sharing.
you're secretly
next
Spider-Man.
time we hang, no secrets. Okay?
Yeah. Maybe.
That's what you think, Miles.
If you're on time. See you soon, short stuff.
You know I'm taller than you now, right?
Not in here.
I gotta say, guys, when let's view the time capsule real quick. Oh, you can only rotate it this way?
Man, it was so good to see Finn. I should find other time capsules we hid. But a little later. I gotta get home from Mom's rally.
Let's do it. I believe this is the I think this is the level that they showed during the E3 reveal. Not E3 reveal, but the PlayStation reveal, which was actually really cool to see because nobody was expecting Miles Morales to be revealed. Everybody thought we would see Spider-Man PS4 2, if anything. This was kind of just way out there that they were going to do a Miles Morales game. I gotta say, the 2020 suit doesn't look that bad. When it was first revealed, I really didn't like it, and I think I said something along the lines of, good thing it's the 2020 suit because it looks as good as the year. It's not that bad. Although I don't prefer it because it's not a traditional Spider-Man costume. Like, I don't really like when they do all the armor and high tech for Spider-Man. I much prefer like something that it looks like I can make because Spider-Man is supposed to be the most relatable character. Which is why I really like homemade suits. You guys don't know how long it took for that video to mute the song. I muted it, and then I still had a claim, and I had to mute it again, so I had to process the video twice in order to get the last one up to you guys. And if you guys haven't seen episode 1, be sure to check that out, because I uploaded it on New Year's, so I'm not sure if many people were out, but you might have missed it because of the holiday.
Yeah, it's just last time we did one of these, my bad.
Best hand-rolled ice cream in New York City. And Junipero's daycare.
It'll be okay, man. Your mom's got people looking out for her.
St. Teresa's Church. Whose choir built
Plus, now you're Spider.
even now. Roxxon is transporting Newform, its experimental fuel, across the city. But they won't tell us the risks.
This message is from Roxxon. The man you answer to, Simon Krieger, is a killer.
Remember when everybody thought that she was going to be Yuri? Which, before the game came out, I was sent a leak from, I think it was a Japanese magazine that was showing concept art for most of the characters. They showed Finn as the Tinkerer, but everybody was assuming it was Yuri. Which I'm really glad they didn't make it Yuri, because that would have completely ruined the build-up that they have with Spider-Man PS4 and the next game, because Miles Morales doesn't know Yuri. 2020 suit looks pretty good in this fight, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do like the mask, I'll say that, but like, I'm just not a fan of like the jacket and stuff. It kind of reminds me of Spider-Punk. I do like the stripe along the pants too, and of course they had the S logo on the shoulders. Not the shoulders, but the sleeve, which is something that everybody knows, like elementary school, middle school. I actually got in trouble for doing that in 5th grade, because I finally figured out how to draw them. Like, my friend at the time showed me how to do it, which is like you do the 3 lines and then you connect it with the other lines. And I used to draw them all over my paper. And I remember my teacher, who like, she was a bad teacher looking back on it. But I remember my teacher, and she was like, next time you draw one of those S's, I think she said she was going to give me a 0, or I don't know, I guess she was going to call my parents or something. For drawing an S? Like, come on. As long as I'm doing the work, I don't think it matters. I used to draw all over my paper. I don't know if you guys did that when you were younger too, but like my assignments, I used to draw all over them. Like, I remember, you guys know how in elementary school and stuff, they have like the parent-teacher conferences. Like, I just remember like my dad telling me that my teacher was mad that I was drawing on my paper. Like, who cares? As long as I'm doing the work, it doesn't matter. But what I was saying with Yuri and her being the Tinkerer, I'm glad they didn't do that, because it would have ruined the build-up between Spider-Man PS4 and, of course, ooh, I need to. Maybe playing on Ultimate difficulty isn't as easy as it was in Spider-Man PS4. But I'm glad they didn't build up, or I'm glad they didn't ruin the build-up, because Miles Morales doesn't know Yuri. Like, through Spider-Man PS4, like the second we start the game, Peter knows who Yuri is. And I think if they're going to put her as a supervillain in one of the games, then the first time we need to see her as Wraith, because she's going to be Wraith now, she's not going to be the Tinkerer. I think the first time that we see that, it needs to be versus Peter Parker. And I think it'll especially be cool, assuming the next game, that we do get the symbiote. Oh my god, are you serious? But I think it'll be cool in the next game that, like, once we get the symbiote, he meets Yuri, And let's say that maybe his changing point when he realizes that he needs to get rid of the symbiote is when he realizes who Wraith is, and it turns out that it's Yuri Watanabe, and he's like, oh my god, what did I almost do? I almost killed somebody that I was friends with, even if she's turned bad. Can I not do the Venom Blast? I'm trying to do them. Maybe I don't have enough power. So we died twice in the last episode, and so far we've died once. So let's make it a goal not to die more than twice this episode. So I guess playing on ultimate difficulty is a bit more challenging. Maybe that's something that they went ahead and improved for this game. Or maybe it's just like the lack of suit mods and suit powers in this game that make it a bit harder, because Spider-Man PS4, like, you could just breeze through the enemies with some of the suit powers. Which was one thing I noticed for this game that they didn't do. They didn't do specific suit powers, but instead they just did gadgets, which I think is a bit cool. And I think next game, especially when we do get to use the symbiote, assuming that we do, which it looks really likely that we're going to be able to, like, I hope that they do specific symbiote suit powers. I think that would be pretty cool. Not just like one suit power overall, but like, let's say you can unlock variants of the symbiote suit. Like, let's say you can get the classic symbiote suit, and then you can get like the Insomniac version. Like, let's say maybe it's a symbiote version of the advanced suit. Like, let's say that they got specific suit powers tailored to those symbiotes, like they do with the normal suits. I gotta dodge out the way. Dodge and weave, Miles. I really need to learn how to do all the Venom Blast again. I kind of forgot how to do them from not playing this game for a while. Like I said, you guys, this is the second time I'm playing the story. Which I wish the game was a bit longer, but going back at it, if I feel like free roaming in a Spider-Man game, I'm going to be playing Miles Morales, because I think the traversal and the city just look a lot better. I don't think the suit selection is as nice, but I can get over that. Ooh, that was a huge hit. There we go. Is that all of them? I think after this one. I noticed too, you guys, in this game, when you throw enemies off like rooftops and stuff, it's not like Spider-Man PS4 where he just sticks them to the wall, or like you can get rid of them that easily. Like, I've encountered, ooh, I didn't want to do that, but I've encountered like enemies where you push them off the wall, and see, look. Okay, maybe that wasn't a good example, but you guys know what I mean. I definitely like this part of the game. And the swinging just, it's so good right here. I gotta say too, you guys, the 2020 suit, it looks pretty damn good at night. Like, I haven't used it that much, and like I've said, it's mainly because I don't like the suit that much. But I think it's starting to grow on me this episode. I can see why you guys like it. So again, like, I think there's not going to be a theme with this series similar to my previous series. Like, I use specific suits. Like, I remember in, I think in The Amazing Spider-Man, for that game, I used the Raimi suit, and I used the normal one, and then I used the black suit when the game took a dark turn. And even with Spider-Man the movie game, the first one I ever did, I used the Alex Ross suit in that game. So it was kind of like an alternate universe, but like there's really like no theme that I can think of with this episode, because there's not enough suits to choose from. So with this, I think what we'll do is you guys can either comment the suit that you guys want me to see, or I can do another poll where I'm like, alright, which of these suits do you like best? And then that'll be the suit that I use for the upcoming episode.
Let's not shoot each other, alright?
There she is.
We're after the new form. Ignore everything else. get rid of him. Then grab as much as you can carry.
I gotta say the reveal for who the villain is in this game is better than Spider-Man PS4's, because if you guys remember in one of the demo trailers, Spider-Man realizes that Martin Lee is Mr. Negative when they're doing the Fist Tower level, which they ended up changing for the actual game. I think that reveal was much better than what they actually did in the game, because he realizes that Martin Lee is the Tinker when they're at City Hall, although I think it would have been a lot better if they just stuck with what they did for E3. Now, I believe in the actual game, which I did the Venom Blast there, but I think in the actual game, during this level, it tells you to do one of the Venom Blast. There we go. That is the OP one right there. That is the Web Blossom for this game, guys. Here we go. It's times like this where I'm missing the mod in Spider-Man PS4 where you can push the enemies off with like the Wind Blast. I think this bridge level is pretty good too, especially since like the bridges didn't really play a big part in Spider-Man PS4. Like, I'm glad they put new locations in the game, even if it is the same city. Well, they did do a few like modifications to the Spider-Man PS4 city. Like, obviously Harlem looks a lot better. They put the Oscorp Museum in the game, but they also removed the Chrysler Building, which I think they didn't have the rights to this game, which doesn't really make any sense considering you had the rights last game. So why would you have to take it out? Maybe they, like whoever owns the Chrysler Building wanted more money for it. But another weird thing is, like, in Spider-Man PS4 Remastered, it still has the Chrysler Building, which is a different game from PS4, even though it's not that different. But it's still like a re-release of the game. So I am a bit disappointed that the Chrysler Building isn't in this game, just because it's been like a staple in Spider-Man games for a long time. Like, I remember playing Spider-Man the movie game, and they had the Chrysler Building in that game, and that's the level where you fight Vulture, and that's a pretty good level. And I recently discovered too, ooh, I really like this part. And I recently discovered too, like, going back and playing the game for the first time. What am I supposed to do right here? Here we go. But like playing the game for the first time in a while, that there's one of the spider tokens on the very top of the building, but you have to get to it quickly because of the lightning strike. Which is maybe where the electro-proof suit should come in. Stop the bus! Ooh, I was doing this completely wrong. Oh my goodness, this bus is gonna fall, you guys. I'm pressing R1. There we go.
Everybody get out! Everybody off! Don't worry, I got you!
Ooh, I almost pressed square again. They brought the barge right under us.
Thank you. Those people, they're trapped!
After this level, I don't think I looked, but after this level, let's look if you can still see the damage there.
Gotta get it stable.
Oh my goodness. It's a good thing he jumps back up. There we go.
I need something they can cross. No, no, no!
It's just convenient that that flatbed was sitting there with no car attached to it. Now this is the moment where I pissed off MCU Twitter. I made a tweet saying, like, notice how Iron Man doesn't help him, and that shit got like 4,000 likes. I made so many MCU stands mad just over a small joke. And I don't hate the MCU Spider-Man. I think he could be a lot better, and I'm curious to see what they do in Spider-Man 3. But I think just like poking fun at it is a lot of fun, just because of the reaction. But again, like, I don't hate the MCU Spider-Man. I really like Homecoming. I liked Far From Home when it came out, but after rewatching it a few times, I realized, like, it's not that good. Like, I think I would put it towards the bottom of my, like, Spider-Man film rankings. I don't know. I just think it's not as good as as Homecoming. Because in Homecoming, like, the Vulture was a really good villain, and, like, the other villains as well, and I think he had a good motive, and I think it was, like, a breath of fresh air in Spider-Man films. Like, when the last one that we had was The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I still think is the worst Spider-Man film. I'd probably put Far From Home as the second.
Explode.
The suit kind of matches the Roxxon guys.
Everyone's safe. After the explosion, the bridge started to...
We've got eyes on the other Spider-Man. Please advise.
What's going on?
I have no idea.
Other Spider-Man, I'm the only Spider-Man.
Copy.
No! No, I'm not your enemy.
What are you doing? He saved us.
I'm not the bad guy, kid.
You're watching.
Put that phone away now. I said put that phone away now! Hey, get your hands off me! Leave now! This is your last warning. I saved them!
What the hell? Where'd he go?
I like how they animated each suit in the cutscene. Now, another thing I want to do to you guys is, obviously at the end of Spider-Man PS4, you can't change your suit. I want to try that for the last fight of the game, because I'm pretty sure, like, I want to see if the final cutscene, it's either Miles in the classic suit, or it's going to be Miles in, like, whatever suit I choose. And I think it would be pretty funny if the last fight was in, like, the winter suit, just because of the scarf and the socks and stuff. I think that would be, like, a pretty funny suit to use, for the final fight, especially, when he absorbs all the energy from the Roxxon thing. I think it would look pretty hilarious with, like, the scarf blown in the background.
Here today is Simon Krieger discussing
And this is the part of the game where he ends up making the new suit. Which I gotta say to you guys, so apparently the suit is inspired by the Puerto Rico flag. I kind of think that's a reach. Like, I understand, like, the triangular shape, but I really think it's a reach. Like, I don't see the Puerto Rican flag in this suit. I think they were just trying to put some symbolism into the suit. Which, again, like, I know there's the triangle shape in the Puerto Rico flag, but, like, I don't see it in the suit. Like, sure, there is the triangle, but, like, it doesn't look like it was inspired by the Puerto Rican flag just because there's a triangle in it.
You boys need anything while I'm out? I could pick
Now,
up
I think what would have
some
been
books.
cool is if Insomniac actually did, like, a Puerto Rico-inspired suit.
I thought you quit after last night.
Why would I quit? I said I'd fight for my home. I meant it.
You could have died.
Our family doesn't give up. You know that.
Mom! Dulce de Coco would be great. If you don't mind.
I don't mind.
New suit, same old me. So I don't really want to stick around in the classic suit for this game, just because this is what everybody played in when they unlocked the suit. So we'll go back to the 2020 suit because that's the one that you guys voted for. I wonder if I should unlock some new mods while I'm at it. I can. Increase the drop rate for gadget ammo. Let's do this one. I guess we'll rock that one for a while. Can I buy anything else? I don't think I can. Skills? Let's see if I can upgrade anything. I can. Let's go. But what I was saying is that in Spider-Geddon, the Insomniac Peter Parker sees Miles Morales from another universe, and he says like, "Wow, maybe I should make that suit for my Miles Morales." But in this game, like, Miles Morales comes up with the suit himself. And in this game, Peter Parker just gives him like some half-assed classic Spider-Man costume that looks like you could buy it at a store.
What's going on?
I saw the news. It was in Simkarian, so either a bridge exploded or a bagel was sense and context. Either way, I'm looking at flights. I can be back tomorrow night.
No, don't do that. It's okay. I figured out who's responsible, and I'm gonna stop them.
Where is this thing at?
Okay, I trust
On
you.
top of the roof?
But if you need help, I'll be on the first plane home.
Yeah, it has to be because
Otherwise, I'll
that
see
thing
you
is
when I
up
get
here.
back
Here
in
we
a
go.
few weeks, okay?
Yeah, okay. Thanks. And good luck learning some Karian.
Why are there 7 different words for bathroom?
I mean, we kind of have that in English. I mean, there's bathroom, restroom, and then up in Canada they call it the washroom, and then I think in the UK they just say it's the toilet. So there's that's 4 of them right there. So I guess what we're supposed to do right now is just do some random crimes until the level starts up, and maybe just collect these things.
Time capsules under that holiday train.
I gotta say to you guys, the worst like side mission thing that they did in this game. Ooh, just got smacked with the train.
Right.
Roller skates, nice. But like the worst side mission thing that they did in this game was like the sound things you have to do with the Prowler. I hated those so much, and it's because like you really have to listen, and like they give you hints at what it could be, but like it's just so tedious, man. Like I did not enjoy doing those at all. But I will say another thing that I enjoyed was like you don't really have to clear like in Spider-Man PS4, you don't really have to clear every district of the city out with like thugs and stuff. Like I thought those were a bit tedious as well. I kept pressing the photo mode button again. But going back to what I was saying about the suit being created, I think a cool thing that they could have thrown in, just to give it like a bit of a hint, was that maybe Peter Parker says, "Hey, I've seen this suit before while I was gone." Because that could have 2 meanings. Like let's say maybe he saw it in Symkaria, and then let's say he saw it in Spider-Geddon. Which I actually didn't finish Spider-Geddon. I'm not sure if they did end up finishing the series because I don't read current Spider-Man comics. If you guys read it, let me know what you guys thought of the story. But I think the whole multiverse thing is just being it's just being played out. And I know it looks like they're going to be doing it for the movie. That's a bit different, but like I'm talking about like in the comics, like it's just being a bit played out. Like they had the whole Spider-Verse event like not too that much long ago. And then I saw recently what they're going to be doing with the Amazing Spider-Man comics is that Peter Parker gets a new suit. It's like white and like a washed gray. It's kind of like the template for the classic suit, but that's an ugly suit, you guys. Although there's one of your suits that's going to be in Spider-Man PS4 too. I guarantee they put that suit in the game.
I need to figure out why she's doing all this.
Alright, man. Do what you feel is right. Keep me posted.
I actually don't know how to do the falling animation where he puts his hands behind his back, kind of like in Spider-Verse. Let me know how to do that, you guys. Like, I've done it like once. I just don't know how I did it. Times Square looks pretty good in this game. I wish they would have put like the ball on top of one of the buildings since it's New Year's. And Happy New Year to all you guys. I'm really looking forward to a good 2021, which everybody says that every year. I don't necessarily like the holiday of New Year because it's basically filled with like people that say they're gonna do all this stuff like the night of New Year's, or they're gonna make a plan to do all this stuff, and half of the time like they never do it. They just overhype it. Like let's say like people will like pick up a new hobby, they'll start it for like a week and then they'll just go back to doing what they normally do because they're not good at it, or like they're not seeing results instantly, like with like working out and stuff. But I'm definitely hoping that this coming year is a lot better than 2020, and 2020 ended like on a sad note because I found out that one of my favorite rappers and producers, MF Doom, he actually passed away on Halloween, but they didn't announce it until New Year's. And I haven't listened to him in a while. Like I think senior year was the year that I really was like into like all of his instrumentals and like dove into his music. So I did listen to him like on and off between like 2015 and 2020. Although he was one of the rappers that I really listened to and I really liked. So rest in peace to him. And over the past like few days, I've just been going back and listening to all of his music, and it's made me realize like, yeah, why I really liked his music before.
Rick's ESU textbooks.
It's mainly his instrumentals that I like more than his actual rapping, which I think is the case with an artist like him.
Someone left the lights on.
This reminds me of the Lara level from Spider-Man PS4 where you fight the Vulture the first time. If you can hear my dog, you guys, I can't really do anything about that. When I'm home by myself, she likes to be up here with me. But right now, she's snoring loud as hell.
Some kind of meds. GCSF. Used for treating bone marrow decay. Whose was this?
Where else are we supposed to go up here? I do like this kind of building though, you guys. Like, I'm not sure what this is. I think it's not a lab. It looks like a pawn shop from walking around in it. But where is the last thing that we need to look at before things start changing? I don't think you can go in there. I don't really like the spider on the 2020 suit either. Like, I think that's an upside down spider. Like, it could just be the way it's positioned. I don't like it. Here's what we need to do. Let's open it then. There we go. Oh, look at that. A secret lab.
Okay, this is a secret room.
And everything just turns on as soon as you walk in.
Video file from 6 months ago.
This reminds me of the Spider-Man PS4 level with MJ where she realizes, where she's in the Oscorp mansion and she realizes everything.
Running test upload.
Half my team is sick. Krieger still want him in his new form. We need to do this tonight.
Let me. You sure we're ready?
We have to be. They broke ground in Harlem today, ahead of schedule.
Poisoning the city to make a buck.
They keep cutting corners, ignoring safety reports. I can't let them pervert our work.
Poisoning the city to make money. Except
Okay.
Dr. Octopus didn't do it in Spider-Man PS4 to make money. We need money. We need Devil's Breath.
No. No, as long as we take out the backup supply in Jersey too. But without me, they'll have no idea how new form works. Project will be DOA.
I'll record us. Things go wrong. Video uploads straight to the Bugle.
Perfect. You ready to save New York?
Ready.
There's a second video.
Damn it. No uploads. Phone must have been damaged.
She's about to cry.
Let tonight be for nothing. I promise, Rick.
They were trying to shut the new form project down. Something went wrong.
It might just be my TV, but the eyes are really bright from the LED.
I can track it.
Which actually, looking at this, I think this is when they first revealed the 2020 suit, I think this might have been the building that it was revealed in.
Be invisible, be invisible. Come on. He's here.
There we go.
Straight up banishing me to freak these guys out.
He's here!
Looks like Harley Quinn right there. Speaking of DC, you guys, I haven't watched the new Wonder Woman movie. I heard it's not that good. I really like the first one, and like I like the time period that it takes place in because like I really like the World War I, World War II movies. But from like what I've heard, the second one isn't good. My parents watched it, and they're not like into these movies like we are, but I think they seem to like it. Like I haven't even watched the Mandalorian season 2 yet, which I really enjoyed the first season. I just haven't like wanted to sit down and watch movies or something. But excuse me. But like I know what ends up happening. Like I know the big reveal in in season 2. Like I know the two like big characters that show up in the series.
More friends joining the fun?
I haven't watched the clip, but like I've seen like stills of it. I'm really interested to see what they do. And speaking of Star Wars and stuff too, you guys, like I'm really interested to see what they do with like the Obi-Wan series. Considering that Anakin is supposed to be returning for it, Hayden Christensen, and there was a couple of other series they announced during the whole Disney event. Like there's the one that's supposed to take place in like the Old Republic, and it shows the rise of the Sith. I'm really interested to see what that one is going to be about. There's that anime one that they're supposed to do, which I'm not really interested in, just because I don't watch anime. Trying to think of like a couple other series that they announced. Like there's the Bad Batch too that like I'm interested to see that. I'm not sure if it's live action or animated. I think it might be animated considering it's the clones. The Clone Wars is a good series. Like I've watched all of the Clone Wars. I really enjoyed the Clone Wars. I don't like. Did she glitch in the wall? She did. Or did she not? Let's see. Oh my god, I can't finish the level now. Wow. Let's see if she comes out. Bro, she is stuck in the wall. Wow. Yeah, it's not like I can go in here. She's literally stuck in the wall. Wow. I wonder if I could use gadgets to get her. Let's see. Let's pull her out. Oh my goodness, wow. Insomniac, fix your game. Okay, that works. So I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get like the gadgets to get her out.
Analyzing hostile combat tactics.
Oh my goodness, this game. Did this work? There's got to be a way where I can just like web her to the ground. Or I need to refill my gadgets and get her. Bro, she's literally stuck in the wall. Like, wow. I wish I had a suit mod that refilled your gadgets. There we go. Ground slam, that works.
If I can find Finn's phone, maybe I can.
So I know the 2020 suit, it is a part of the game's story. Like you unlock it after you do all the combat training missions. But considering the way they revealed it, I assume that it was going to be unlocked like maybe at that level, or the one where you go to the underground base in the Kingpin's hideout. Which I think is pretty cool that they finally addressed what the Kingpin's hideout was going to be, because I know a lot of us were speculating that maybe it's going to be like the Baxter building or something, since it was being renovated. But I like what they did with this game. Maybe next game it'll be the Baxter building, considering that Marvel is looking to promote the Fantastic Four a bit more, which apparently John Watts is going to be directing the Fantastic Four, which probably means that he's done with Spider-Man after Spider-Man 3. And honestly, I know a lot of people don't like John Watts' Spider-Man films, but like, the Fantastic Four bar for films isn't that high. So even if the film isn't as good as you guys want it to be, it's not going to be awful. Like,
Roxxon Research Labs. This is where the whole new form.
I forget this level. Like, I don't think the film is going to be as bad as the previous Fantastic Four films. I mean, look what they have to base it off of. You got the one in the 90s that was basically never released. And apparently people say that that's the best one. I've never watched it. I've seen clips of it.
That Finn has high voltage shooting. Wonder what powers it. Gotta disable it somehow.
I like doing the wall takedowns. But and then you got the ones in the 2000s that came out, which being younger, I remember liking the first one. Rise of the Silver Surfer wasn't that good from memory. I think I've only watched it twice, but the big issue in that film is that they make Galactus a cloud. Okay, where does this lead? Down here?
Now to get into the building.
I actually gotta wait. Yeah, I gotta wait and do it. And then of course there's Fan 4 Stick, which I think the first part of the film isn't that bad. I think they kind of messed up with the aging and how they made like the thing, it's clobbering time. How they made that like a thing that Ben Grimm's abusive brother said to him. And that's why he says it. I don't think it's that... I don't think the first part of the film is that bad though. But it's definitely silly how they go to the negative zone. And right after that, they realize like, oh, all this stuff happened, and then there's a time jump, and I guess the Fantastic Four is working for the military, and you don't see any fight scenes in between that. Like, there's one fight scene in the film, and that's when Doctor Doom, I don't remember it that much, but I think he wakes up, and that's when he kills Sue Storm's dad and stuff. And then the thing too is like, oh, my father just died, but then when they go back to the negative zone, like, they completely forget about it. I think I just went in a circle. So that's the issue with the film. Like, the pacing is obviously bad. The characters aren't that great. The suits aren't that great. If they were blue, they'd be a lot better. And then I've heard like what was in development for the film is that they wanted to do I guess they wanted to do Galactus in the negative zone. And then I think one of them wanted to do Mole Man as well, but they of course went with Doctor Doom, who's been the villain in every Fantastic Four film. So come next Fantastic Four film, I'm really interested to see what they're going to be doing. Maybe we'll see Kang the Conqueror, considering he's supposed to be an Ant-Man. Maybe they'll do Mole Man, which I think was the first villain in the first Fantastic Four comic, or at least in the Ultimate Comics. Like, I'm really interested to see what they'll do. To be honest, I should have just went invisible and stuck past him. I think that's what I did the first time I played this game. But even though John Watts is directing it, and like I don't really like the MCU Spider-Man films as much as I used to, I'm curious to see what they can do, and I'm curious to see what they do for the film. Like, the idea that I've seen thrown around is that it should be a period piece that like takes place in the 60s, and it's during the space race, and like the Fantastic Four end up going to space. They somehow get lost in space. That's how they get their superpowers. They time travel back to the present day, and they come back, and like everybody knows who they are. And of course they come back with powers. Look who it is.
What's so funny?
Damn, Miles. You're a skinny-ass kid. You hit hard.
Uncle Aaron? You're the Prowler? My dad had a foul on you.
I know. And I bet you got a lot of questions right now. But we need to get out of here. You picked the wrong place to break into.
It feels like I'm halfway through the game already, and I've only played an hour of it.
Listen, I did some work for Roxxon a while back. You don't want to mess with these guys. If we get caught in here...
Then help me.
Stubborn as your father. All right, but we do this my way. I know a place I can access a security terminal. Let you know what's coming. Remote mines. Use them if you get in a jam. Don't get caught. See that vent with the laser shield?
Let's see.
How'd you do that?
I've worked with systems like this before.
This reminds me of the Oscorp level from, I can't say which one, but like this gives me Amazing Spider-Man 1 vibes. Which I think is a good game. The traversal obviously sucks, and so does the city, but the story is actually really good.
Another win for Spider-Man.
I think we're supposed to do this now, yeah. I should be able to take him out, right? Because they're all over there. Like, I don't see how this is a danger right now. There we go. I will say the shoes on the 2020 suit, they look a lot better than the Adidas ones that they had. For the sportswear suit, which I'm hoping that we eventually do see the actual Spider-Verse suit. I'm surprised it hasn't been put in the game yet. I don't know if it's something with the rights, like with Nike or something, because I doubt they own like the design to the suit. And that makes like no sense to me. Like, how are you guys going to get Adidas, another shoe company, to do the sportswear suit, but you're telling me you can't get Nike to do the Spider-Verse suit? Like, come on. And I don't see why they can't put it in the game, because I think some of the merch that was revealed for Spider-Verse, like they put, if you guys have like seen like those off-brand shoes and stuff, they put those like on the like toys and stuff and like Funko Pops for the Spider-Verse suits. But you're telling me like the game can't get the same suit without the Nikes? Like, come on. So maybe what they can do is just take the swoosh off. Like, you could do the ones template, because like I've seen like knockoff ones at stores and stuff. Like the other day I saw ones that were like called Pony, and I went to this store called Burlington, which I usually go to because they got a lot of like good cheap sports jerseys and I collect those. And like it's hit or miss when you go there. But I went to the shoe section. They had these things called Ponies, and they looked exactly like the Chicago ones. And I was like, oh shit, maybe I just found some ones in here. No, they were called Pony, and it wasn't even a swoosh. It was like a V. The shit looked like Vans.
We're trying to make more, but Mason didn't leave behind any notes.
And?
Well, I had heard that one canister of new form survived the incident on the bridge. Now, if we had access to that,
Don't you think that if I had it, I would give it to you?
Yes, Mr. Krieger. I just want to make it clear that without that canister, it will be impossible to hit the deadline.
I'm doing everything in my considerable power to find that canister. However, right now, it would help me for you to go back to your lab and do your damn job.
Krieger's on a deadline.
So you gonna tell me whose phone you're looking for?
Tinker,
Let's go.
you gonna tell me why you're stalking me?
To protect you. You should feel honored.
Corporate espionage.
Can't believe my uncle's the proud.
And I can't believe my nephew's risking his neck for a phone. Let's get on with it. You're close to the
Oh, so this is the phone level. I was thinking that that was further in the game. Like the one where you fight Rhino. Danger. Danger again. See, that guy just turned around. Like, there's no way we shouldn't be able to take him down. And then this guy right here is looking in the completely opposite direction.
Requesting backup.
Stand by. I heard something.
Check your corners. You could be anywhere. I got you.
I can't turn here? What the hell? Let's see if this guy needs to be the one that needs to go down first. Alright, there we go. I like that kick he did. It looks cool with the 2020 suit. Maybe the suit is growing on me, you guys. Like I said, I don't really like it, but if you guys like it, I don't mind it. I don't mind using it. Whatever you guys want to see from this series suit-wise, I'm down. But the thing is like, I don't want to keep using the same suit for each episode. So after this episode, like, we're not going to be using the sportswear suit, the silver lining one, and we're not going to be using the 2020 suit again. So every episode, I want to do a different suit. There we go. That was cool.
Nice work.
Thanks.
Silo's just on the other side of that flash sheet. Use that terminal to open it up.
Wait a sec. There's more labs around the city? With a new form reactor in each one. New form made Rick sick. I need to shut these down.
I don't really like doing the Roxxon labs. Like, it reminds me of the bases from Spider-Man PS4. Some of them weren't bad. Like, the Kingpin ones were obviously the easiest. But, I just got bad memories of those from doing, where do we go now? Forgot where we go. But I just got bad memories from those levels because of
You need to go.
Okay, where do I go, Uncle Aaron? Here we go.
Reactors below. Powers this whole facility.
It's mainly the Sable bases, not Sable bases, but the Hammerhead bases where they were using the Sable Tech in the DLC, which has put a bad taste in my mouth for just these bases. Somebody should make the meme where like Miles is invisible, and it'll be like they don't know I'm here. You know, we're just gonna speed through this, you guys, because I don't feel like taking them all down, which might be a bad idea. There we go. Okay, first floor done.
Just calling to make sure you're not hurt or, you know, dead.
Why does he call him Genki? Does he call him that in the comics? I've read a couple Miles Morales comics. Like, obviously, I read the first issue, but I don't remember him calling him Genki. And, I was gonna say in Spider-Verse he doesn't say it, but, like, Genk is barely in Spider-Verse. Like, he doesn't open up to being friends with him until like, the end of the film. And y'all notice how they didn't really make Genk look like Genk, and that's probably because he's Ned Leeds in the MCU. Which is another reason why I don't really like MCU Spider-Man as much anymore, because I'm starting to, like, realize, like, the issues with it. Like, I know they had to do something different, considering that there was 2 Spider-Man iterations before the MCU one. But, I don't know, it just seems weird to me. And I'm excited, assuming they're going to do the Spider-Verse. Like they said, Doctor Strange and WandaVision ties into the Spider-Man film. I'm curious to see what they do, but also I kind of feel like it's going to be rushed, and we're going to end up with like a Batman versus Superman type situation. Because the thing about Marvel is that they take time with what they do. Like, I remember when I remember hearing that the Avengers came out, or like when the MCU was first starting, Avi Arad wanted to do he wanted to do the Avengers right from the start. Like, he didn't want to do the solo films leading up to it. He wanted to jump straight into the Avengers, and Kevin Feige didn't want to do that. So with this, it seems like they're building up the Spider-Verse, but let's go. Got that iPhone 5C. But with this, it seems like they want to do the Spider-Verse like right now, right here, right now. And from Spider-Man PS4, not Spider-Man PS4, but Spider-Man Far From Home and Homecoming, it doesn't really lead into the multiverse. Like, I know Mysterio said he was from another universe, but he was lying about that. And, like, with Peter Parker in this universe, it doesn't really seem like he's ready for the multiverse yet. I mean, the guy hasn't even graduated high school yet, and you're telling me there's going to be a bunch of different Spider-Men? Which, the idea that I've seen is that Doctor Strange is going to bring these Spider-Men over, and then it's obviously going to clear Peter Parker's name because there's going to be different Spider-Men going around.
Ready?
Ready.
Triggering override in 3, 2...
Man.
That wasn't me.
Industrial sabotage, Rick? Really? No one's gonna care about a few sick people uptown or a dead engineer. You're just the cost of doing business.
I can stop it. I can stop this.
Kind of foreshadowing for what happens later in the game.
Someone else is in there. Find out.
Rick was trying to save people. Krieger killed them. I have to finish what they started. Uncle Aaron, can you unlock the reactor shooting from where you are?
Why? You got your phone. Now let's leave.
That reactor killed my friend. It needs to be shut down. Permanently. I need your help, Uncle.
If I remember correctly, this is where Miles kind of gets weak and he loses his powers.
Aaron?
Let's see what we got to do here now, because you can't open it from right there, right?
Stand back.
Thanks, Uncle.
Or maybe he's opening it from... Yeah, there we go.
Whoa.
Let's see. And there's your foreshadowing.
Only you.
What are you doing? You gotta get out of there, man.
So this is kind of something that I would have liked to see for the raft level in Spider-Man PS4. Like, because once you complete the raft level, you get to the top of the building, it's revealed that Dr. Octopus is behind everything. I would have liked to be able to fight the Sinister Six, but you can't win the fight. Like, let's say it's something like this. And once again, like, calling back to the TASM video game, this reminds me a lot of it. Because in that video game, he ends up losing his powers. Similar to this, which I don't think Miles is losing his powers, but he's just really weak, or he needs to absorb all the energy. There we go.
Mom, talk to me, kid. You alright?
I feel like I just got dropped out of a plane. But at least the reactor's disabled.
You're almost out.
I really needed that phone. Now what am I gonna do?
Come on, kid. I can't get to you before Roxxon does.
And I think this is where we debut the new suit power, right? Let's see.
What do they want?
Study you, interrogate you. Don't know, don't care. Just don't let
Going from feeling like he's been dropped out of a plane to feeling the best he's ever felt in his life. There we go. I gotta say though, you guys, I much prefer fighting the Roxxon people over the Silver Sable people.
Mom, I just got booted from the system. Give me a minute. I'll get you out of there.
Got it.
Taking you down. Let's go before more of them show up.
Look who it is. And he turns invisible too.
Super cool cloaking tech. How does it work?
You take the left. I'll take the right.
Sorry, I'm sending a text.
Real bad.
Don't worry. We can take these guys.
Ooh, I'm about to die again.
I'm worried about Africa.
There we go.
We're built on bringing short this now.
Ooh, I didn't even notice the time, you guys. We've been playing this game for an hour. It doesn't even seem like it. Oh yeah, the Venom jump. I completely forgot about that. The Venom jump in this game makes free roaming a lot more fun too. Like, it kind of reminds me of the double jump that you can do in Ultimate Spider-Man, which, going back and thinking about Spider-Man games swinging, I think I would rank it like Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man PS4, Ultimate Spider-Man, and then I guess Spider-Man 3 for the PS3. Although I will say, you guys, one thing I do like, even though like it's not realistic at all, is the swinging in Spider-Man the movie game. Like, there's just something about it that I like. Ooh, what a takedown! Reminds me of playing Lego Avengers, and you can do the takedown, which I think you can do them in the Avengers game, which I told you guys I did end up getting for Christmas. I asked for it because it was cheap, and I haven't played it yet. I think I'll end up playing that game after we play this one. And hopefully Spider-Man is in the game by then. Which I don't think you'll be able to use Spider-Man during the levels. I think it might be the multiplayer levels. Which I'm not sure if the multiplayer levels reflect the actual game that was in the beta. But I played the beta with one of my good friends in this community. And we were blowing through those levels in like 5 minutes. Those multiplayer levels that you can play. So hopefully it's not the same in the actual game. Although I've heard a lot of people stop playing the game kind of because it's like a games as a service. And I think eventually if they do end up doing a sequel, they need to just make it like a traditional multiplayer game, or even like a traditional story game. I gotta relearn the Venom strikes, you guys. Also, speaking of the suits too, if you guys want to see me use specific suit mods, let me know. But I think eventually when we use the Spider-Verse suit, I'll definitely play it in the Spider-Verse suit mod, just because I want to see what the animation is like for a long duration of the game. Ooh, that was a huge hit. Ooh, 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 I need the move. Ooh, I'm gonna die. I am going to die. Ooh, I was about to... There we go. That's how you save yourself. And just like that, I'm down again. Oh, am I supposed to go? Oh, shit. Okay. Let me get over there. Damn. I didn't want to die twice this level. Or this episode. It is what it is. Run it back, run it back.
Okay, train's almost here. Get ready. Through the hole, hurry.
Maybe I wasn't supposed to finish off all the enemies.
You need to lay low. Don't trust anybody, and don't take off that mask. Wait till Roxanne finds a better target.
I can't lay low. I still need to find Finn.
Your friend's the Tinker. No wonder you care so much about this.
It's not just that. Protecting New York is my job.
Use Finn. Tell her you want to join the underground.
You just told me don't take off the mask.
Don't tell her you're Spider-Man. Go to her as a friend.
Good advice from Uncle Aaron. Now, I know in the comics, in the original Miles Morales comics, I know that, I think, Aaron ends up disagreeing with Miles on being Spider-Man, but in this they kind of changed it up to where he approves of him being Spider-Man. And I think even in the Spider-Verse film, if it wasn't for what happened to Uncle Aaron, I think he would have approved of Miles being Spider-Man and maybe helped all the other Spider-Men out.
Keep my mouth shut. Maybe I'd still have a family. You know what you have to do.
I wish this scene would end with you coming out of the tunnel, like towards Harlem and stuff, which it kind of does. There we go. I'm not sure. I don't remember completely if there's a cutscene after it, but here we are. Let's go, you guys.
Okay, I should call.
So I'm gonna end it here, considering we've gone as long as the last episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again. If you haven't seen episode 1 since it was uploaded on a holiday, be sure to check that out. And let's listen to this phone call real quick.
It's crazy. I've been running some numbers, and I know you said no to ads before, but maybe we could reconsider.
No.
Right. No, of course not. Just saying. So did you find Finn's phone?
Yeah, but it melted after I absorbed energy from a new form reactor.
What? How are you not dead?
Felt like I was for a minute there. But then I released all the energy in kind of a mini explosion. Luckily, I didn't bring down the whole lab.
Man, I gotta start taking notes on all your new powers. So, what's the plan now?
Uncle Aaron thinks I should tell Finn I want to join the underground. Then I could take the new form so she doesn't use it for whatever.
Whoa, like, lie to her face?
Yeah, but I don't have any other leads.
You know what we need?
Don't say a pros and cons list.
A pros and cons list, exactly.
I gotta make a move, man.
I guess. Well, good luck. Call if you need me.
And there we go. So I'm going to end it here, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Let me know what suit you guys want me to use in the next episode, whether I do it through a poll or just comment. And thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe, follow my social medias, hit that like button. Happy 2021, and I will see you guys again in my next